What's up? It is Holistic Mak here. I just wanted to make a quick video that is kind of an introduction to who I am, what I do, and what the intention behind this channel is going to be. So, I have honestly for years wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I've never had the balls to. I've never fully committed or decided to. I have no idea. I don't have any expectations with doing this. I just want to start sharing and also just have a platform to be more authentic with the information that I want to share to everyone. So a little bit about me. My name is Michaela. I am 23 years old. I am currently 35 weeks pregnant with my first, and that has been a crazy experience in and of itself. I'm definitely going to be sharing more about that journey, about what a holistic pregnancy has looked like for me, as well as, what a holistic birth has, will look like, and then hopefully I'll be able to share, through motherhood, what that will look like. So, that might be some things that you'll be seeing on this channel. But I really wanted to be able to use this as a way to not only share my journey, but to provide tips for your journey. So a little bit of my backstory. Whenever I graduated high school, I didn't really have a plan for what I wanted to do. I mean, I feel like most high schoolers don't. But I definitely did not have a plan for where I was going. So I started college just in business management, a very basic degree at a community college, which is nothing wrong with that. But after a semester, I was like, wow, this is not what I want to be doing. I don't know what I want to be doing. And so I met this guy, which I actually had known him for a little bit. I was interested in his brother at first, but then me and him reconnected, and anyways, long story short, started dating him. He was an entrepreneur, on the path to be an entrepreneur. He was kind of starting a t-shirt business and whatnot. And I found that very interesting. I found that to be a path that not really anyone I knew was taking. So, not only did I begin to find interest in him romantically, but I also found interest in that entrepreneurship side of things. And then also, he was very big into fitness already. So I kind of fell into that same lifestyle of fitness, health and fitness. I got into, through people I met through him, I got into Herbalife. Grateful that it happened. If I could go back and educate myself, I would. But that's a video for another day. But the opportunity of meeting all of these amazing people within that company was something that I don't regret at all. So I got into Herbalife. I wasn't super successful as far as business, monetary, whatever. I never really built the MLM side of things. I didn't really sign up people. I just kind of used it as a way to let me meet these people. Let me meet these people that are also trying to be health conscious, doing the best that they knew how to do at the time. It's where I was too, so it is what it is. Like I said, Herbalife is a whole other topic. So anyways, I got into Herbalife Did that for a little bit, met some amazing people. And through that, I kind of took an interest in deepening my understanding of health and wellness. And I became a personal trainer. And I started doing that on the side. And at the time, I'm pretty sure I was still working at like Starbucks, which I worked at through like high school. That's my primary source of income. And so I became a personal trainer. Me and my boyfriend at the time both kind of did that on our own, but like together, if that makes sense. We were kind of doing the same thing, going down the same path there. And while we were both trying to get clients, we were living together at this point, and we were trying to make that a sustainable source of income for us. And what we eventually rolled around to doing was we started meal prepping for a few of our clients. It just kind of started out like, hey, we cook our food every week anyways, we'll cook yours. And that's kind of how it all started. And that created this 4-year-long journey that was absolutely life-changing, mind-changing, everything about it. And we developed a meal prep company from that. Just kind of organically happened. We started cooking in my grandmother's kitchen, and then we kind of bounced around between like my grandmother's kitchen on my dad's side, my grandmother's kitchen on my mom's side, and then my boyfriend's grandmother's house. And we just kind of, because at the time we didn't have our own like apartment or anything, and so, but through that we started cooking for more and more people, and people were like, wow, this is good food. And it was just very basic meal prep food, to be honest. Like, there was not really anything special about it. It was, some shredded barbecue chicken, potatoes, and broccoli. It was very, very simple meal preps at first. And after a couple months, we were like, actually, I'll tell you what happened. We went to get our taxes done, and the guy doing our taxes was like, y'all made way more money doing this than y'all did personal training. Y'all might want to look at this. And so that's when we kind of started actually exploring the idea of like, could this be a business? So a couple months in, we start actually trying to gain more clients, figure out more recipes, develop systems, all of these things, which at the time, I'm 18, about to be 19, and he's 19, about to be 20, and we're like trying to open this business with absolutely no understanding of business, other than just a couple of books that we've read or videos we've watched. So we end up continuing to cook out of our now apartment. The stories about that are absolutely insane, but we had up to like 500 meals a day that we were cooking out of our apartment kitchen. And keep in mind, it was not a fancy big apartment kitchen, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, like of the 4 stovetop burners, only 3 of them worked. It was absolutely crazy. We would stay up 20 hours cooking, and then go deliver the food the next day. While we were in the apartment, we had a couple of our friends help us every now and then. My little brother and mom would come and help. And we just really, we spent about 6 months just grinding it like that. And then we ended up getting another business partner who was actually the accountant from earlier in the story. And we opened a kitchen, our first kitchen, and it was a learning experience. I had worked in food, and I had done lots of research and talked to lots of people about like what it meant to like start a restaurant business, like a food business. And so there were 3 of us owners of this meal prep company, Limitless Life Nutrition, and there's so many stories, so many life lessons that I learned along the way. I had never really hired or fired people. We had never really done sales tax. We've never really marketed anything. So, like, it was all a learning experience. And we failed a lot along the way. But through all of that, I also learned more about nutrition. It forced me to, deepen my understanding about nutrition beyond just a nutritionist certification. And so over the years, I went through so many trainings and certifications and classes and all of these things on all different levels, like learning about these specific diets, learning about, deepening my understanding on keto, because that was real big at the time, Whole30, and like all of these things. And what we kind of focused on for a while was macros. And that's kind of, was my original training with being a nutritionist. Nutrition certification with like a personal trainer, like through NASM. And so that was like kind of where it all started. During this time period as well, I was getting into bodybuilding personally, which, again, that's a whole video's worth of story itself. But I was getting into bodybuilding. I started training for a competition, and so I was very macro focused, calorie focused, like very bro fitness nutrition at this point. And that was what we kind of built the brand on. Well, jump ahead a couple years, and as I came out of bodybuilding, I had a lot of hormone damage done through, being like not eating enough, being too lean. I got down, I'll pop a picture up, but I got down to like 11%, 10% body fat. And for a female, that's like very lean. I wasn't even that lean in the bodybuilding world, but like I lost my period, my hormones were out of whack, and all of this. And I got into bodybuilding originally because I was like, this is the epitome of health, which it is not. And like I said, I might make a video on that in and of itself. But anyways, so through my journey of getting my hormones back in order, getting my health back, getting my womanhood, my like feeling confident again, getting my mental state back, because there was a whole mental battle that came with bodybuilding. I began to go down this road of a more holistic health, focusing less on calories. I started stepping into intuitive eating, learning to listen to my body. I began, to read books and take courses on this. That led me into a more holistic approach for fitness as well. And so I had an injury, a minor injury, where I had to take off from the gym and have wrist surgery. And through that healing process, I decided to go ahead and get my yoga certification. Yoga was something that I had kind of been practicing on and off for a couple years, the physical practice of it. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I was already kind of transitioning to this more holistic lifestyle approach with nutrition, that I wanted to go ahead and take that opportunity to further my education. And so I thought that getting my yoga certification was like a great next step. So I went ahead and did that, and honestly changed my life. Like, getting my yoga teacher certification and going through that process opened up so much for me within myself. It opened up so much that I needed to heal, that I needed to process, and that I needed to work through within myself. And then it also created so many opportunities and ideas that I was so much more aligned with. So I had this constant battle with having this meal prep company and doing the bodybuilding and the bro nutrition, all of that, of like knowing that I was helping people, but feeling like something was missing. Something wasn't there. Knowing that I was doing better for myself being healthy, but what was missing, you know? And so there was always this missing link. But whenever I got into that practice of yoga, and I got introduced to Ayurveda, and all of that path opened up for ancient, generational, nutritional health practices, more than just these powders and proteins and supplements and macros. My mind was blown, and I wanted to share it with everyone. So while I'm going through this training and going through this huge transformation and this huge enlightenment period of like my entire world that I have known is now crumbling, and I'm being like, I'm absorbing so much information that's truly changing my life. I wanted to share that with everyone, you know? And so I started to try to implement, which, side note, there was a bunch of crap that happened with one of the business partners, not my boyfriend, other business partner, all of that. I'm not going to badmouth anyone. There was some stuff that happened. Lawyers got involved. It was messy. We got away from it. We started a new business entity, but same business. Continued operating for a while, and through that time period is also when I'm going through this personal transformation as well. So I was like, okay, this is a perfect time to begin to try, you know, this new rebranding, this new phase of the business is a great time to try to implement some of these understandings and like truly get people on this holistic healing lifestyle. And so I began to try to implement things and test things out about like, I tried plant-based, you know, meals, tried offering those, tried offering organic meals, locally grown, like locally sourced meals, and none of this, nothing caught on, nothing like connected. We tried opening a juice bar. We did open a juice bar, and all of these things were things that I was passionate about, but what people wanted was to feel better about making a choice with their food, but not know that they were eating healthy. Because there's such a mindset block that people, I am in Arkansas. I am in the deep south. And so a lot of people around here still want their comfort food. They still want, you know, their hamburger. They still want their stroganoff. They want the hamburger helper, like whatever, you know, whatever, tacos. Like, they don't want to eat healthy. It's still taboo around here. It's evolving. It's changing. I have, you know, people are more open and receptive to it. But the way we had done the meals previously was, here are higher protein versions of your taco, your cheeseburger, your whatever. So people didn't feel like they were eating healthy. And I'm not saying that those things were bad, but when I got opened up to more knowledge and information about actual ingredients within the food, beyond just the macros of the food, beyond just the carbs, fats, proteins, and what, like, how many calories were in the food, like, I was seeing that we were still giving, you know, these pesticide covered ingredients, these GMO ingredients, these lab made ingredients to these people, and we were branding it, we were greenwashing it as healthy. And when you get down to it, it's not. It's better, but it's not true health. And so I wanted to step into that aspect of health and dive in and really help people actually heal their hormones and actually, understand what it means to live a healthy lifestyle, on all aspects. And that was something that my yoga journey did, was helped me understand that we're more than just a physical body. We are mind, body, and soul. We are a whole being, and that is what is so beautiful about holistic lifestyle, nutrition, medicine, whatever you want to call it. So the path that I have been on since learning all of that and trying to integrate that into the business, needless to say, trying to integrate those practices into a established business was not successful. Also, along that timeline, at some point in there, me and boyfriend that started business together split up. Whole story on that. Basically, I found someone else who I was more attracted to, I felt more aligned with. There were lots of traumas around my, at the time, current relationship, and I definitely went about some things wrong, but I don't regret ending that relationship and getting with who I am with now. But like I said, I was definitely not right in every decision I made. And me and my ex, we didn't necessarily end on bad terms. We still, we still talk. We still have, honestly, we still have business things that we have to deal with. And I still value him as a person and everything that he was a part of in my journey. But anyways, we broke up, and we were trying to figure out if we were going to still do the business together, how that would work. He didn't want a part of it. I already wanted to change it. It wasn't working. Plus, we're in the middle of a pandemic now. So food costs are outrageous. Everything is just like everything that could happen happened. Essentially, we were still dealing with repercussions from the first initial breakup of the business. We're in the middle of a pandemic where food prices are outrageous. So many things. Gas prices, ridiculous. Can't find enough employees. Our amazing team that we had, they're being overworked. We made the decision to close the business. I do wish, like looking back on it, it's like, I wish I would have done some things differently, but everything was done in that way for a reason at the time. And so I don't regret that. I don't regret closing the business. I am very thankful for every lesson I learned opening, running, and closing the business. And I'm thankful for all of the people that I met along the way and their journey, like their part that they played in my journey. But that has been something that has been very hard to work through now, is I'm still working through that, is what direction am I going to take this now? Like, I've been in this period of not knowing kind of what's next for me. And so aside from business right now, I am currently living in a camper. If you can't tell, a fifth wheel. I might do like a little tour or something of that at some point, because we're renovating it, and we're living off grid. And so that'll be some content that I'm going to be showing. So anyways, I feel like this video is kind of all over the place, but that's a little bit of my backstory to kind of where I am now. And where I'm at now is in this transition phase of this maiden to mother transition, as well as this career transition. So I really want to just document and share this information of my journey and provide you with tips and information to help with your holistic journey. So a couple things that I wanted to that I intend to share on this channel is, yes, holistic nutrition, absolutely, of course, but also just holistic lifestyle swaps, holistic things to do with like mind, body, spirit, all of the above, with influences of yoga and Ayurveda thrown in there, because that is my training that I have. I also intend to just show up and share the struggles of a holistic lifestyle as I'm, still transitioning and adapting what that means for me. And so if you are wanting to start a holistic lifestyle of your own, or deepen your understanding of what it means to live holistically, this channel will be a great resource for you. And I am so excited to build this community of like-minded individuals who are just on this path to being the best version, the best healing version of ourselves, a community of crunchy people. And yeah, so go ahead and follow along, and I'll see you in the next video.